And we welcome in, joining us here in studio is Wally Rhines, the CEO of Silvaco. First off, Wally, appreciate you being here, and congratulations. I know the announcement of you as CEO just happened in the last few days, so first off, congratulations about that. But talk to us a little bit about Silvaco and what you guys do within this ever important semiconductor space.
Okay, Alex, thank you. So Silvaco is an electronic design automation company like Synopsys, like Cadence and Siemens, and it's actually the oldest in the industry, but it's been very specialized for many years. They provide tools that now are really taking off because of the application of AI to the development of manufacturing processes we care so much about here in the U.S. now for semiconductors, and because of other applications. And it's recently public, and for the near future or medium future, the growth opportunities are terrific. And I get a chance to do the same thing over again. I did this at Mentor Graphics. It was acquired by Siemens a while ago. Now I'm stepping back in, and I'm going to do it again.
Okay, so we talk a lot about AI, which I think is now just such a catchphrase that it can mean a lot of different things to different industries. So how do you all fit in the booming and accelerating AI industry, and what's really your role there?
We fit a lot of places. One is people who design chips use our software for a variety of purposes, for design blocks that they need to pull in, or for other design tools. But the thing that is most exciting to most people is the fact that we are using AI for the software we develop for companies that are developing new manufacturing processes. And for that, it's very expensive if you have to process wafers of silicon to test out a new process. What if you can do it virtually? What if you can do it with a digital twin and hone in on that process? That's what Silvaco provides.
Wally, from your seat, I'm sure you see this and you're trying to assess where things are going, and it seems one day it's one thing and the next it's a different direction from some of these, very, very big companies, the Metas of the world that are hyper scaling out. From your unique position, where do you see some of the trends within artificial intelligence and where it's going?
So for artificial intelligence, as it affects the semiconductor industry, has been primarily a data center play, either the processors from NVIDIA or the networking from others like Marvell and Broadcom. Now it's spreading to embedded. Now we're going to take AI into cars and planes and trains and other things. And so the future now for the semiconductor industry is new applications. The future of AI is moving from simply training and inference to generative AI, where tools can become more intelligent by themselves, and that affects Silvaco in a big way.
Okay, and talk to me about the growth in this space, because as we know from, even the biggest names in tech, it's expensive and it can take a good deal of time to fully unveil the processes that are still being implemented and worked through. But you did also recently have an acquisition of Mixel Group. You've been quite busy, I can see just from the various press releases. So is this more of a strategy of acquisition, or is this going to be more of a long-term story growing into this, pretty I would say, insulated space?
It's a combination. Mm-hmm. So certainly acquisition is an important part of our future. We've done 3 very key ones in recent times, but the company has a base of established products and customers that continue to grow. They can grow organically, so it can be complemented by all these acquisitions. And we focus on specialty areas. We don't want to go up and compete in a bidding contest against the big guys. We can target areas where we already have expertise, customers, another base to build that business.
I love that you brought that up, Wally, because that was going to be my question, which is, in this world of competing with, let's just face it, some of these companies that seemingly have unlimited cash piles, abilities to buy talent at levels that is very, very difficult for smaller companies to compete, is the way to compete to specialize in one of these or a few of these things, do it really, really well, and offer that value that way, given that it's just such a big space.
It is indeed. You need to focus. You need to be the best at what you do. And I would point to my prior company. I was CEO for 23 years at Mentor Graphics, and we did just that. And we built a base. We ended up with about $1.5 billion of revenue. Now it's $2.5 billion. Sold it to Siemens for $4.5 billion. So it's a great kind of market, but you've got to pick your targets carefully.
Okay, and really quick before I let you go, what are you watching? What are you the most excited about in at least the near to midterm?
I'm most excited about the virtual process, the digital twin for semiconductor manufacturing. I think all the emphasis on manufacturing, all the pressure to bring manufacturing back to the U.S. as well as other regions of the world, they're all going to need tools. They're going to need a lot of them.
Yeah, and I think that's a good place to leave it. And we so appreciate you joining us here in studio today. Such a treat for us, and really great insight into what is a space that we talk about so frequently, but never really in this niche. So we appreciate it so much for your time today. Of course, Wally Rhines, CEO of Silvaco. Thank you so much.